Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our first ever podcast episode. This is Okay's podcast with your host, Tyler, and my co-host, Holly Jolly Gamer, also known as Steven Salazar. Steven, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Good, good. Hey, real quick, I don't care if you can edit that. That'll be kind of funny. Just edit that break. I don't know why I broke so much. I took a nice break. Um, anyway, I don't care if you leave that in. I really don't care. I don't know anymore. This is our first one. It's mostly okay. We're mostly okay.
Yeah, we're
Um,
mostly okay. Yeah.
yeah, you know how it goes. So this is what since it's our first one, we got to explain what we talk about. We're gonna be, I'm talking about the not most random stuff, but we're gonna be talking about random. There's no, oh, we're a nerdy channel, or we're about news, or this and that. We're gonna talk about new stuff. We're gonna talk about sports. We're gonna talk about almost anything under the sun, except for politics. That's going to be a real touchy subject. We can go from very divisive, and we can go from, having an audience to having nothing because of politics. So we're not even going to touch that area. We may, if it's something that everybody can possibly agree on, like, $2,000 or whatever. Who knows, right?
Uh,
we'll get to that subject when we can. So, of course, like I said, I'm Tyler. This is my first time doing a podcast, so I'm learning as I go. I sometimes, the only ways that I really know how to talk like this is I sometimes stream on Twitch, but my co-host, he's pretty smart when it comes to this stuff. He's got a YouTube channel. Follow him. He's got a Twitch as well. He's doing pretty damn good. So, Steven, tell us a little bit about yourself.
um. Okay. This feels like one of those moments when you like start a new class and your teacher tell us one thing about yourself and state your name.
State
um.
your name. Oh my God, it's Jason. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne. Yeah. Well, like Tyler said, I'm Steven. I also go as the Holly Jolly Gamer on YouTube and on Twitch. Just hit my 1 year anniversary on YouTube about 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and on Twitch, I've streamed off and on for 4 or 5 years now. I don't really do it all that often, so I mean it's just mostly because I didn't have the equipment to do it. But now that I have the equipment to do it, and there's a chance for me to possibly go down that route, I'm probably gonna stream a little bit more. So, you know, anything I say over there is 100% me, and it's I'm not gonna like sugarcoat anything. I'm not gonna be disingenuous. Is that the word?
I don't know. It could be.
I'm not gonna sit there and say certain things just so you'll like me. I'm not gonna say certain things so you'll hate me. I'm not gonna stoke fires, but I'm gonna let you know what I think. So,
Yeah, if you
um,
follow him on Twitter, you'll find that out.
oh yeah, yeah. You wanna follow me on Twitter?
He's super jolly. But
Oh
we'll do our
yeah,
plugs. We'll do our plugs at the end.
yeah. We'll do all those plugs at the end. But
Um,
yeah,
I,
I don't know. First time doing a podcast. I've done like I said, I've done YouTube for about a year. I've streamed before, so I don't have a problem in front of a microphone. I guess the biggest thing I have to say that might come up as a complaint is that I ramble a lot. Um,
yep, that's for
you
damn sure.
you can't really tell on the YouTube videos because I edit out a lot of the talking, but yeah, being live, that's a struggle because I go off on tangents and I'm talking for 45 minutes and I don't even get to the point most of the time. So it's a good thing that I have Tyler here to keep me on track.
And we're gonna start going on track here because I could feel like you're gonna start rambling here very shortly.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Take
so
it
we're
away,
gonna
man.
start off. So we're gonna start off. This is New Year's Day. What a hell of a year
Oh,
that we just had.
oh
I'm
yeah.
hoping, hoping
2020.
21 takes over. But 2020 was just absolutely a shit show caught on fire, basically.
2020 was ass. It was terrible.
Um, I saw a meme this morning where it said, it was a guy talking to another guy saying, "Oh, I can't wait till you're finally leaving. Get out of here." Blah blah blah. And 2020 was like, a lot of the stuff that happened was handmade, and I kind of agree. Started with the what was first, the Australian fires,
Oh God, I don't remember what was first. Kobe died what, the 26th of
January
January.
6th, January 16th.
Oh
Or
God.
January, no, no, 26. You're right. 26. Sorry, it's 10 days. But yeah, I think it started with either Kobe or the
Or the
Australian fires.
fires. Yeah.
And those were just terrible to watch because, you saw the koalas,
Oh, that was
saw,
sad.
heard about all the animals, and
Yeah.
it's Australia. So, it really did suck. And then, yeah, with Kobe Bean Bryant, Mama passing away with his beautiful daughter, Gianna, that was tough.
It
And
was.
then
It was rough.
going to the California fires, and then COVID hitting. But COVID, I mean, hit back in, I think
COVID
it started in December,
started
December
in December.
2019,
Yeah, and then
November, December in Wuhan, China. Hence why I call it the Chinese virus, because technically you can say it was man-made. Chinese coronavirus. It came from China,
you
and then
sitting here. You're sitting here. I don't want to say anything too out there. Just bam,
it's
right
really
into it.
not because it came from China.
I
So how do you
mean,
say that's out there? It came from China, so
yeah.
it's not really out there. It's
We just
proven that it came
lost
from Wuhan.
half of the world going, oh, he
Oh,
called it the Chinese virus. Oh God, he's
oh,
so racist.
it's, I don't know how that's racist. It's just proving a fact that it
I
came from
I
China. Like
I
it's
I
proven facts.
I know, but you know.
If you have a problem with it, you can listen to the whole podcast. Tweet me, tweet the Most Chaos podcast, and we'll duke it out. And then you had, I think it was the Killer Hornets, and then the California Fires,
I, I don't know, man.
or was it the
Maybe.
California Fires then Killer Hornets? It was one of the two in between. Um, and then you had,
Don't forget,
the
World War III was trending for like a
World
week
War Three. Yeah, we
on
almost got into
Twitter.
World War Three, but the president told them let's go, and they didn't say anything. But we won't really go into that because there is some very uh, back and forth details, about how it was handled. But again, I'm not going to get into that too much. And then you had riots and the protests, and
Yeah, had all that
again,
stuff
again,
happen.
those are divisive as well. The only thing is, it got you got voices out there, and that's what I think a lot of people needed was seeing voices,
Yeah.
seeing the power of the people. That it touched a lot of people's hearts. It got to a lot of people, and I think a lot of people finally, which I don't know why it took so long, opened eyes to
What was happening?
everything that's going on. Yeah, everything
Yeah.
that's going on in the world. But it was amazing how the whole world started participating in that. It was finally something to get people together after being in quarantine for so long, all this and that. So
See,
then,
that's the one thing I think we all have to take away from last year is that it feels, at least personally to me, that a lot of people just kind of became apathetic to what was going on around them. They kind of just accepted that that's what was the deal. This is the way everything is. Who really cares? But I mean, everybody having to be stuck in their homes for the last 11 months,
yeah,
they kind of started paying more attention, and then they started questioning, well, why is it this way? And I guess that's one of the
right,
good things to come out of last year is, people did start to pay more attention. They start to get more involved. They were like, well, I'm just sitting here on my couch anyway, so might as well just pay attention. And then when people
right.
started to pay attention and see how shitty things were, they were like, oh, why are they this shitty? They shouldn't be this bad. And like I said, that's probably the one positive takeaway is that a lot of people did open their eyes last year. A lot of people, got more involved. A lot of them actually became part of the discussion.
Quick inter-
Yeah.
interject here. Keep talking. Just have some fun real quick. I need to go get my dog. She went into the living room. I'll be right back.
Okay. um.
Okay, I'm
What
back
was
now.
talking about?
I don't know what he said, so I'm just going to agree with him.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. But I mean,
now I
that's
see. Now he's rambling.
now
Now
I'm
he's
rambling.
rambling.
But
Everybody.
like I said, like that's just the good part of last year was that more people got involved, more people started paying attention, and that's just one of the good takeaways, I guess. You have to find the good things to take away from it. Otherwise, yeah, last year was
Right.
just entirely depressing, and last year just
Well, and
completely
that's
sucked.
and that's what we're going to talk about is those are the bad things, and we start with the bad news because I feel as if you start with the bad news first, you break down, and you can build up and leave on a good note. So that's how we're going to go now. Talk about the positives. The positives were the NBA came back. They had a fantastic comeback from doing the bubble. I thought that was just the NBA sports in general when they started coming back. People were like, "Oh my god, you have something to do," because at one point ESPN was running out of things to show.
Oh, didn't
And
didn't
it was so tough.
didn't they show some of like the Ocho stuff like on
They
ESPN? Like they
showed,
had like
oh yeah, so they were
dodgeball
showing
and stuff.
Ocho. Well, you had people. I think the first sport actually to come back was cornhole.
That's right.
And people were so into that because there's really nothing else going on. So I
That's
mean, of
right.
course, The Last Dance came out, and that was the biggest thing was people were looking forward to was The Last Dance of Michael Jordan's last year of his Chicago Bulls career. Um, and then you had tennis, I think, or soccer came back first, I think, in Europe, and then tennis, and then basketball, baseball, and so on and so forth. And it was just like, oh my god, we have something finally. And then the NFL came in, and it was just like, oh my god, this is what we've wanted finally. So now, you know, I mean, 2020 was tough,
Yeah, it was rough.
but I think a lot of people came out of it, their people. Um, and we can finally, it's not one of those things where we can finally, but this is a huge part of history that this 2020 is going to be part of the history books forever. But like we said at the beginning, it's now a new year. It's a new age. It's the Roaring Twenties. So we're going to 21. Um, the vaccine is out. We'll see how well that works. That's another divisive thing that we really won't get into. Um, you have NFL still into play. NBA is back. NHL is coming back. You have all these movies and projects coming out.
That were supposed to come out last year.
Year is going to happen this year, and I think 21 is we don't get COVID completely out. 21 is going to make up for it. I think hopefully we're on the decline, especially here in Colorado. We're on the decline from what I've read, and all we can do, I think everybody just needs to stay positive for 21. Just say, what, let's walk in there. Don't touch anything. Don't look at anything. Just walk straight.
Yep.
And I think we'll be okay. So that's a nice little segue into the next topic, which I mentioned was the NFL. The NFL, like we said, has been going on for a few months, and it has brought people joy or hatred towards the team that they are fans of. So we'll see. um, so we're going to talk about what's coming up. This is week 17. No one really cares except for the people that do have playoff spots on the line. I know the LA Rams are one of them, and they're starting a backup quarterback because Jared Goff, I think, broke his thumb,
Oh, that's right. I
and
saw that video of him like trying to put it back into place or something.
yeah, a
Yeah.
win gets them. A win gets them the playoff spot. A loss, they're out. And you're starting a backup quarter. I mean, yeah, backup quarterback. So that defense is going to have to really carry him, and we'll see what that backup quarterback does. But who are the teams already locked in?
Let's see. Teams that are already locked in are for the AFC we have the Chiefs, Bills, and Steelers, and for the NFC is the Packers, Saints, Seahawks, and Buccaneers.
Okay, so it's
So,
the
I mean, you technically, I think, also have the Ravens in as a wild card spot, but their position isn't locked
hmm,
yet. So they can still be
where the
any between. They can still be anywhere between 5 and 7.
so the AFC North is going to have three teams. It's going to have the Steelers, the Browns,
And the
and the
Ravens,
Ravens.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Because I think
Nice.
I think the only way the Colts can get in is if they win the South, which means that the Titans would have to lose.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be interesting. My one thing that I'm looking forward to, is the Broncos. We're both Broncos fans. Excuse me, we're both Broncos fans, but you can't hate the man, Patrick Mahomes. Him and Aaron Rodgers, I think, are just playing out of this world
Oh yeah,
this year. I think it's going to be come down. Of course, I think everybody knows it's going to come down to those two winning the MVP. And my personal opinion, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to take it because Patty Mahomes. I think we expect both of them to play at this level, but I think the weapons that Patty Mahomes has around him, of course, make him a lot better. But he is. I'm not diminishing his talent. The man has ungodly talent.
Oh yeah,
I think,
I get what you're saying. You know, like he's a great quarterback, but it's not like the talent around him hurts him at all. You know. Yeah.
I think Aaron Rodgers has, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, and Aaron Jones was hurt. Devontae Adams hasn't played. He has 17 touchdowns. 17.
He has
Dude's
17
going off.
touchdowns. I didn't even know that.
17 touchdowns as of
Jeez.
January 1st, 2021. That sounds amazing to say, by the way.
I was say
But
they don't even have to play their starters next week, right? They're not.
I don't think they
They
are.
have the first seed locked up, right?
Hmm.
Dang.
I think so. As everybody knows, they're going 7 teams, each division, NFC or each conference. My apologies. And the first seed, the only team to get a bye is the first seed. So that first seed is very coveted.
Yeah.
To have a bye because some teams really with the COVID can get a bye. They haven't had a bye since the beginning of the year. So that first seed is very very
Important.
coveted and very
Yeah,
yes,
it's
very
important.
important. You have these teams that are pushing to get that, and I think the teams, of course, the AFC is locked with Kansas City,
Yeah.
and NFC is Green Bay. As far as I believe, it's Green Bay. I don't think New Orleans can catch them. I think New Orleans. I think they're going to be the second seed. But like I said, with how Aaron Rodgers plays, with the people he has around him, Alan Lazard, I think Valdez Scantling's out. Don't quote me on that. But I mean, Alan Lazard, he's not diminished again, not going after that. He's a tough receiver because he's a professional athlete on a very talented Green Bay roster. But Alan Lazard, like, who was that guy? No one really knew him until he broke out a couple of times. They have Robert Tonyan, a tight end, who's pretty good. But that's about it. Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones. But you look at Kansas City, has Travis Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, Cole Hardman, who's super fast, playing with Tyreek, Sammy Watkins, who is a pretty sure catch. I don't even mention. I don't even to go into detail about Kelsey and Tyreek Hill.
Oh
Everybody
yeah.
knows what they do.
Everybody
And then they
knows.
have
Yeah.
have some guy named Le'Veon Bell who, yeah, may not be in his prime, but the dude still can do what he needs to do. And the rookie Clyde Edwards-Helaire, oh man,
Oh yeah. He's a
electric
monster.
too.
Yeah. That guy's scary.
Um, so we'll see. I'm predicting a Green Bay Kansas City Super Bowl. I just don't see anybody going to Lambeau and beating them. I don't see anybody going to Arrowhead and beating them. So I'm predicting those two to win it. Um, the team what's a team that surprised you the most this year?
The team that surprised me the most. I mean, it's definitely got to be the Browns, man. Like I was
Browns.
not expecting the Browns to come out after what was their record last year? Let me try to find it real quick.
They weren't too bad. They weren't too bad last year.
Because they were still what 6-12, something like that.
I don't think 6 and. I think they were like 7, 8. This is why we need our buddy in here. He's a Browns fan, and we, yeah, excuse us while we
2019
look up
record.
our
Let's see their 2019 record. They were 6-10. Yeah, not 6-12.
six and
You can't
ten.
have 6-12. Duh, I'm stupid. But yeah, they were 6-10 last year. They finished third. And like, honestly, to the first season when Baker came in, and he came in and he did what he did, I was kind of leery of it. I was like, okay, maybe it was just some rookie luck. And then when they came out last year, and they went 6-10, I was like, okay, so maybe this is just sophomore slump. Maybe he picks up next season, but then maybe he's just like the typical Browns quarterback. Maybe he goes in
Mhm.
and just his career just implodes and he's gone next year. So I
Right.
mean, to see them come out and what are they? They're 11-4 right now.
They are
Or are they 10?
10-5.
They're 10-5. So I mean, the fact that they can go 11-5 is insane.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I do agree. Cleveland is a very surprising team this year, but I think a lot of people had them doing well.
Mm-hmm.
On paper, even last year when they picked up Odell and all this and that, I think on paper they looked like, oh my god, this team's going to win the Super Bowl. But they didn't do so hot this year. I think they're finally meshing. They have a good defense. Their DBs are shaky. They've had their DB injuries, but
Mm-hmm.
their defensive line and their front seven is just mean. I think the team for me is honestly, and I know Steven hates them, but I'm going to say Tampa Bay. I didn't expect Tampa Bay. Steven and I had this huge argument at the beginning of the year. Oh, Tom Brady's not going to do this. Tom Brady's not going to do that. I kind of secretly had this like, I don't think he's going to be that well. But he does have weapons, Godwin and Mike Evans, and they picked up Leonard Fournette, and they have Ronald Jones, and they're doing surprisingly better than I expected. Um, I think, like I said, the Browns are my number two surprise. I think Tampa Bay's my number one, just because they did make the playoffs. I just don't see them going too far, but it's Tom Brady, so we'll see what kind of person he is
Well, I mean, let's see.
in the playoffs without Belichick.
Let's see. Right now, let's take a look.
Have the 5 seed,
They have the fifth seed, so
which I
they.
think they're going to lock that up by. No, I think they lock up the 5 seed because yeah,
So
I think they have that pretty locked.
whoever wins, um, so whoever wins the NFC East is who they would play. So
I think they'll.
they're gonna destroy whoever wins the NFC East. There's no way that Washington beats Tampa, or the Giants beat Tampa. I
Well, the Giants are. I don't think the Giants are even the Giants. Oh no, the Giants can
the
still.
Giants can still get in. Yeah,
The
and I
Giants can
mean
still get in by wins tiebreaker over Carolina.
the
Based on
Cowboys
strength of
can still
victory.
get in, and like
Holy
I don't see
crap!
the Cowboys winning against Tampa
Oh,
either.
hell no. I think
Um,
without Dak Prescott, the Cowboys will not. I think Dak is going to be that. I think
so
Dak shows why he deserves that money.
so say they go
Um,
in as the fifth seed, they go to the divisional round. They would play. Um, they play the second highest seed, right? That's how it would work
right.
if they weren't the highest or if they weren't the lowest.
It's 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5.
Yeah. So then, let's see. Second seed would be the Saints,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see the Bucks beating the Saints if they have to go into what is it now? It's not the. Is it still the Metrodome or does it have a new name now?
Superdome. Superdome.
It's Superdome. Yeah, Metrodome's Minneapolis. But I don't see them going into New Orleans and winning that game. I see Drew Brees winning that game fairly easily, and I see it being a Saints Packers NFC Championship game.
Going to Lambeau, I could see that. I could definitely see that. Seattle could be a surprise team though. Seattle, always has these surprise moments. So who knows about them? Um, so I think we're talking too much about NFL right now. We're gonna let that play out, and then we'll definitely our next podcast will talk about the actual playoff contenders or the playoff
Well, I
when the
mean,
playoff seats
yeah,
locked.
we should be doing the next episode right before the wild card games, right? Right before next weekend.
That, or we can do it. Yeah, probably. Since this is the first on a Friday, we'd probably do it Monday and see because that'll be locked already.
Yep.
Um, so basically, that's one thing that makes us excited about 2021 is the NFL playoffs. A
Mm.
couple other things we mentioned was all the projects that are happening for us, movies and video games. The big ones are the big one that I think a lot of nerds looking forward to is Marvel. They have, I mean,
So
tons of stuff
much.
coming out this year.
Yeah.
This starting with WandaVision, which I still don't know the premise of the show, but oh my god, it looks fantastic.
It looks like it's gonna be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then going to that to was it Falcon Winter Soldier to Black Widow. At first when Black Widow was announced, I was like, but I've missed Marvel so much. I will definitely go see that in movies. I know that the new Wonder Woman came out, and I've seen mixed reviews on it, so I'm gonna wait for a while to see how that turns out. Um,
But
and then you're gonna have what else?
that's DC. Why are you talking about
Yeah, I don't
DC or
care.
Marvel?
DC is terrible. Just so DC knows that. Blech.
Just play.
Uh,
Yeah.
this is
I
this,
mean,
this
they're
we've always said
yeah.
DC has better TV shows, but I think right now Marvel's about to catch them.
Oh yeah,
We'll
big
we'll
time.
see, but I think Marvel's about to catch the streaming, and they're about to to wreck them. They're gonna have what is it, Falcon, Winter Soldier,
Loki.
and then Loki. Oh my god, Loki, and then they're gonna have the new Spider-Man. I think next this year or next year.
It's scheduled to come out in December. So Spider-Man 3 scheduled to
Oh,
come out in December.
oh, I hope that's the Spider
And
Verse.
then and
And
then
then
don't forget that Sony still has their maybe it is connected, maybe it's not, nobody knows. But you have Morbius, then you have Carnage in the summer, and it's like, oh my goodness, dude.
that's gonna be so
I
cool.
mean,
Yeah, I know.
what
It's gonna be amazing.
Shang-Chi comes out this year too. So I mean,
Oh, I think that's. I don't think that's till next year. I don't think that's next
I,
till next year.
I think it comes out this year. I'm pretty sure,
I haven't
right?
seen anything about Shang. No, because they haven't. I don't think they started filming yet. Honestly,
Let's see. Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings.
yeah.
It comes out in July.
There's no way that
It
is.
comes
If
out
it does,
July
that's gonna be
9th.
cool. What
Yeah.
about Eternals? Isn't Eternals supposed to come out this year too?
That comes out in November. So they're gonna have
That's gonna.
a ton of stuff coming out this year.
Disney's gonna make that money.
Kevin
And
Feige
then
is
finally,
just gonna be sitting on a throne of cash at the end of the year, just like
you sit on the throne of lies. Yeah, no, Kevin Feige, he's the man, the myth, the legend with Marvel. And then, going from Marvel, you have Star Wars projects
oh
coming out.
yeah,
You have, of course, at the end of the year, Book of Boba, which was teased in the final episode of Mandalorian, which was, we don't even need to get onto that. It was just
it
a
was amazing.
tearjerker, emotional
Yeah.
roller coaster that was a fan service to everybody. Um, then you have, I think the Kenobi series is starting to film, which brings back Hayden Christensen. Thank God, as Darth Vader. The only thing I think that his one weakness is sand. Um, he hates sand
He does. He
because
hates it
it's
a lot.
coarse, rough, and gets everywhere. Hopefully, he doesn't murder,
A bunch of
not just the
children.
men, the women, and the children too. Um, we will, as another disclaimer, we will be using, especially I will use a lot of random Star Wars quotes and or Marvel quotes. So just be ready to pick those up. What else do you have coming out? You're gonna have, of course, Ahsoka is gonna start. I think it's in pre-production
Yep.
right now. You have
You have season 3.
Cassian
You have season 3 of The Mandalorian
season
at the end of the
three.
year. Yeah.
That won't be until, well, no, that won't be until
Oh,
2022
did they push it back?
because it's not going to start filming until after, I think, Book of Boba. From what I read, is because Din Djarin is going to be, having some appearances. I think they're going to play off of what Boba does.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think that's going to play a big part in what is going to happen with the new Mandalorian season. Um, then you're going to have, like I said, the Kenobi. You're going to have Acolyte, which is supposed to be I think the High Republic or the New Republic, not the New Republic, because the New Republic's in the newer sequels. The High Republic, I think, supposed to be I think the rise of Palpatine, Sheev, the Senate,
The Senate.
rise of
Yep.
the Senate.
Yep.
I am the Senate. You have the Bad Batch. I
That's
think that's
right.
supposed to come
Yeah,
out this year.
that's supposed to come out. I think this year too. Yeah.
And then, then they're gonna have Tiki Watiti's movie.
TQ with
He teased.
TDs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, and then I know there's more, but as of right now, those are the main ones I'm looking forward to. Oh, the cat! Did I mention the Cassian Endor? That one looks okay.
Yeah.
He's part of the best. He's probably he's part of my top 3 Star Wars movies. Quick rank
Quick
Star Wars
rank.
movies. Go.
Quick rank of the Star Wars movies. For me, it's got to be Empire, then Revenge of the Sith, then Star Wars, then New Hope, Rogue One, uh, probably Return of the Jedi, then Clone Wars, or yeah, Attack of the Clones, not Clone Wars, TV show. Force Awakens, then Phantom Menace, then Last Jedi, then Rise of Skywalker. And I haven't seen Solo yet. I still haven't watched it.
Solo was. great, I believe. Um, it was good. I thought it was good. So my quick rank is going to be. Oh, let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Oh, I'm gonna go with Empire, and then I'm going with Rogue One because Rogue One, started off slow, but oh man, what a fantastic
Oh, it's a great movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Um, and then we're gonna go with hmm, the toss up here. I'm gonna go Return, and then I'm gonna go with don't. Oh God, see, this is where I get torn because like I can do my top two, top three, and then be like, okay, I'm done.
And then you're lost for the
Uh,
rest of them.
and then I'm lost because like I like them all. I really do. I like, I really like. People say, "Oh, Revenge of the Sith wasn't good." I loved Revenge of the Sith because it was like so just constant action. So yeah, let's do this. Let's go Empire, Rogue One, Return of the Jedi, New Hope, Revenge. To use my fingers just to make sure I'm counting them all. And then oh, Solo, Force Awakens, Last Skywalker, or The Rise of Skywalker, Phantom, Attack, and then Last Jedi.
And you have attack
I
pretty
could probably
low.
say that.
Huh?
Or mm, so actually, I just looked at my. I have my notes that I have, and my notes. This was back. I made these notes on right after Rise of Skywalker
Uh-huh.
came out, and I think this was mine. Was I had one, yeah, one Empire, two Rogue One, three Return, four New Hope, five. No, I think I said the same thing. Sorry, just disregard what I just said. It was the same thing. Just
It's
forget it.
literally the same list.
The same thing. And we didn't even read the list. Damn, I'm good.
Okay.
We'll just, we're just gonna forget I said that.
Okay.
Um, but anyways, I think Steven, you got anything to
Star
finish up here?
on the Star Wars front, not really.
Oh,
I thoroughly enjoyed the end of the Clone Wars. My dad still hasn't seen any of the Clone Wars since like season 2, and
crash,
I keep telling him to watch it.
crash.
I have to go beat the crap out of him, make him watch it. Because like
Um,
I don't know how he hasn't watched it yet. He's had Disney Plus since Disney Plus came out because my little sister, she loves watching like all those Disney Junior shows, and I'm like Clone Wars is on there, man. Watch the Clone Wars. What are you doing?
right.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know. The end of Clone Wars was fantastic. Season 2 of The Mandalorian was great. Mm, I really don't have anything else to say besides I'm looking forward to some of the new stuff, and I'm looking forward to season 3 of The Mandalorian. I'm looking forward to the Book of Boba. Definitely the Ahsoka show.
yes,
So
yes. And there's so many different things going on. We were going to talk about video games, but I think there's so many different rumors and stuff going on out there that we'll see what 2021 has in store for video games as far as, uh,
the one video game that I know that's coming out that I'm looking forward to is that one that was announced at the Game Awards, that Back for Blood. It's supposed to be like the
yeah,
Left
that
4
one looks
Dead
good.
game.
Yeah, we'll see how that one works. We'll see how that one looks out.
I can't wait to play that. I was watching some of like the streamers post it
Mhm,
when they had like the alpha. It looks like fun.
mhm.
So
Yeah. Well, everybody, I think that we're going to cut it right there. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to put a little bit of we're going to put our socials out there. If you guys have any questions, we'll definitely start doing questions and answers. So please tweet us, Instagram us, do whatever, DM us, whatever sounds great to you. You can reach our podcast Twitter. It is at, in all caps, Mostest Okayest, Mostestokayest, the Mostest Okayest podcast. Or you can reach our personal Twitters. My Twitter is at Tyler Hulk 12. And my Instagram name is at Ty Hulk 12. You can catch the pattern there. Um, Steven, you want to plug yours real quick?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna plug it all. Let's see. Twitter, I'm at Holly Jolly Gamer, just Holly Jolly Gamer. Instagram is same thing at Holly Jolly Gamer. Twitch, same thing. YouTube is the Holly Jolly Gamer. And I think that's all my socials.
I think, and then then the YouTube. We forgot to plug our YouTube.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to the YouTube. That's where we're going to start doing. At one point we will have a video of our podcast going up. So please subscribe to us on YouTube at the Mostest Okayest podcast. That would be great.
Yep, that'd
As for
be
anything
wonderful.
else, like I
Um,
said, please, we want to be interactive with our listeners. So if there's questions, answers that you would like to hear, just give us a shot, give us a shout out, and we would be definitely more than happy to answer those questions to the bestest of our abilities. Once again, Steven, I think you had something at the
oh yeah,
end.
I was gonna say, I do want to promote that interaction. So even if you guys send us hate comments, we'll read some of the hate comments live during the podcast. It'd be hilarious to see some
Yeah.
of those. However, let's get a thing of like a question of the week. Um,
Mhm.
what should the question this week be? Something New Year's related, something you're looking forward to this year. What in your opinion should be the question of the week?
No, just what is your biggest goal for 2021? And I'm not saying, oh, I want to make $1 million. Just say, hey, I want to improve on, I want to improve my weight, or I want to improve. Like, don't give us your big goal. Give us something small, and we can talk about that. Give us something that you're going to grind for. So, say, I want to reach 200 subscribers on Twitch, or I want to reach 200 subscribers on YouTube, or something small that is super easily obtainable, but is something where it gives you that personal
Yeah,
sense of accomplishment.
yeah, it's something that you want to strive for personally. Yeah, something like that. That
Right.
works. I'm good. I'm
You
good
want
with
to
that.
get a college degree or something like that. Just give us an answer, shoot us an answer. But other than that, thank you for tuning into the Mostest Okayest podcast. Again, my name is Tyler,
And my name is Steven.
and everyone stay safe and have a great rest of your day. Talk to y'all later.